Good morning, everyone, or should I say, Доброе утро всем. So what I want to talk to you today is basically about the language, and is it difficult? Is it something that's easy to learn? And how long is it gonna take you to learn? Well, to be honest with you, there's not really any answer. Like, it's just gonna take you as long as it takes you. And as you know, is it difficult? Well, I would imagine learning any language is difficult. I can tell you that from my experience, I'm finding it difficult, but that doesn't mean that I can't learn it. I do take lessons, and I do learn it every day, and I have a lesson every week with a teacher from Russia. So what I want to talk to you today about is the language and kind of how I'm learning, what's easier for me, how I prefer to learn it, how long maybe I think it's going to take me, what level of Russian you're going to need to have to move out to Russia. Obviously, it would be very helpful if you could know everything, but as long as you have a good knowledge, I think that that's going to be acceptable for a move. Okay, sorry about that, but just saw a deer run out in front of me, and I wanted to try and quickly get a video of it, but I'll show you. It's gone now, but it kind of like hid in the trees. I'll show you a little forest area where I'm walking. You often sometimes see them in the morning walking through. But so yeah, language. Obviously, I know a few words, but are a few words going to get you by? I mean, not really. I know all the words like good morning, good evening, good day, good night. I think that there's something that's very easy and one of the first things you learn. One thing I want to touch on is when it comes to like saying hello to someone. In England, you can kind of say it however you want. Hello, hi, how are you, what's going on? But in Russia, you got two ways to say it, and it depends on if they're a friend or family, or if if there's someone you don't know. If it's like a friend or someone you know, you'd say privyet. And if it's someone that you don't know, or if you go into the supermarket and you're buying something, or you bump into someone into the street, it's здравствуйте. So it's just little things like that. It's a little different, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go over the stuff that I know, and tell you how I'm learning and my sort of progress towards it. Like I said, I'm doing lessons every week, and yeah, I do feel like I'm learning, so that's obviously good, but I'm under no illusion that this is going to take me a good year, maybe a little bit more, to know enough to get by when I finally move. But what I'll do is in this video I'll kind of just go over the stuff that I know and kind of whether I think that it's something that anyone can learn and kind of how long I think it should take someone. Okay, so I'm at work and I'll be starting in like 20 minutes, but I've got enough time here just to quickly talk about the language. So this isn't a how-to on learning a language. I'm in no position to be teaching people. This is more for like native speakers, people already living in Russia that are watching, maybe kind of intrigued, interested to kind of know like my level, what I know, how I'm learning. And maybe, if you're visiting for the first time or you're planning on a visit, just to kind of know the very basics, kind of just getting by, whether it just be saying hello or thank you or, something like that. If you're going to the shop and you want a bag, to be able, just little simple things to to kind of help you make your visit a little bit easier. So my level is not that great. I mean, I know, dobre utro, dobre din, dobre večer, spokojnej noche. It's basically, good morning, good day, good afternoon or good evening, and good night. So thank you is spasiba. You'll find a lot of, so pajalusta is please, but what you'll find is if you're in a shop and you say spasiba, they'll say pajalusta back, which is like, it does mean please, but when they say it in that context, it's like, you're welcome, no worries. Like I said, hi is privyet, and you would kind of say that to, friends, family, people that you know well. So if you're visiting for the first time, and obviously you don't know anyone, you'd more likely be saying здравствуйте. There's nothing wrong. You could say privyet. It's not I wouldn't say it was an issue. It's just they have two different ways, a formal, a formal and an informal. So, and if you wanted to say your name, you could just say yeah, it's I am. So yeah, your name. So for example, I'd say yeah, Keith. If you really wanted to, you could say Minya Zavut, my name is. But you can just say yeah. It's people are still going to know, aren't they? So, and then so after you've said hello, maybe you want to say how are you. So you just say kak dela. It's just kind of how are you. Maybe if you want to ask how the day is, you'd say kak prajal tvoj din. How is your day? Like I say, my Russian isn't fantastic, so if I'm mispronouncing something, okay, I've known my girlfriend for a while now, but I've not really been learning or taking the learning or the language seriously up until recently. So I know when I see a message or I see certain words, I can know what it is, but whether it's coming to saying it, it's different. So my teacher has kind of been teaching me like a little phrase about myself. So like it started off so I would say ja Keith, ja is Angli, ja Povar, Minya 38 let, u Minya Sibia, u Minya jest syn I dodge. Mojemu synu 18, mojej dodżeri 14, no my nie żyjemy w mieście. U mnie jest podruga, iyo zawód Julia. So it's that basically kind of just meant, I'm Keith, I'm from England, I'm a chef, I'm 38. I have a family, I have a son and daughter. My son is 18, my daughter is 14. I have a girlfriend and her name is Julia. Or, sorry, if you want to say it in Russian, it's Yulia. So I am learning, I am picking up a little bit, but I really don't know that much, so, and I've got a lot of work to do on my pronunciation. There are some letters that are very difficult. I'm struggling with the letter H. I know it sounds stupid because it's just, it's a letter that we have here in England, but when you're putting it into a word, it doesn't feel right. So I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think. I think the word cuisine. Kuchnia. It for me, it just doesn't feel right to say it. But that's just something that I can pick up, and practice, which I practice every day. So so basically that's kind of my level of Russian. I know enough to get by. I could coffee is coffee, so I could walk into a shop and just say, "Ja, хочу coffee, пожалуйста." which is basically, I want a coffee, please. Maybe you want milk and sugar. You'd say malaka. And I have 2 sugars, so I'd say dva sakara. I mean, I probably said that a little bit wrong, but I think they'd understand what I was saying. And again, it's that H, the sakara. I struggle with that, so that's something I need to learn. And I have the help from the teacher, and I've got little books that I read. So yeah, I learn that way. But yeah, so that's my level of Russian. I do know other words, just random words like towel is paletiensa, horse is loshad, just loads of random words. Ploshad is square. Shaf, notch, loshka, tarioka, jashka, miska. I know words, but try to have it into a sentence. I wouldn't be able to do that just yet. Like, I'd be able to kind of introduce myself and say that I'm from England and I'm a chef, and but that's kind of my Russian at the moment. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of let you all know like my level of Russian, because maybe you're kind of wondering, okay, so he's got a girlfriend from Russia and he visits Russia, but does he actually know any Russian? Is he trying to learn? And I just kind of wanted to give people an idea of kind of how easy it might be, like, and there's no real answer to that. Like, you've got to have that willingness and that motivation to want to do it, so if you really want to learn, you're going to learn it, aren't you? And it's going to, okay, there are going to be some people that they might be able to do that in like 6-7 months, and that's great for them, isn't it? But I feel like this is going to take me a little bit longer, a year, maybe 2 years, but I've got that willingness to learn, so, and I've got that reason to do it. But it's like anything, I would imagine any language, no matter what, whether it be French, German, Spanish, whatever, it's always going to be difficult, especially as you get older, trying to learn a new language, so what I will say is I think a lot of people from Russia, well, maybe not so much a lot of people, but I think some people from Russia, because in Russia they get taught English in their schools and universities, I think that they have this impression that like people in England like get taught Russian, and we just don't. It's nothing that gets taught. You'd have to look for a private tutor if you wanted to learn that language. Like, there's nothing that's taught like that in England. So, if anyone out there is thinking, oh, well, we learn English, I would imagine they learn Russian. No, we don't. It's not taught in our schools. In our schools, or at least when I was at school, it was French, and that was mandatory. Everyone had to do that. And then you had like a choice of either Spanish or German. They were the 2 languages, or the 3 languages that were taught into our schools. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you that kind of little update, let you know what I think of the language. Like, yeah, it's for me personally, I think it is kind of hard to learn, but I'm finding myself picking it up fairly easily. Obviously I have a teacher that I do a lesson with every week, and obviously my girlfriend helps me out throughout the weeks as well, through voice messages, and obviously so we write in Russian, and obviously I use Google Translate, and over time you just pick up words, you see it so often, you kind of go, oh, I know what that is, so there are times where I won't need to like translate the message. I can just kind of read it and go, oh, okay, yeah, sweet, I know what that means. So you do learn it. Like, you've just got to be consistent with it, and I don't have that luxury of living in Russia yet, so I'm not surrounded by native speakers and learning it that way. But yeah, okay, so that's basically the video. if you do have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, maybe you've got like maybe you've got some sort of tip that would maybe help me learn a bit maybe differently. But and if you are watching these videos and you're not subscribed and you're liking the videos, just subscribe. I go to Russia in 18 days. So there's going to be plenty of videos coming, a lot from Russia in St. Petersburg. I'm going to be there from the 11th of March till the 27th. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of videos coming, and plenty of videos coming from England as well. I know I haven't uploaded for near on a week, but just busy work, things like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.